Okay, hello, it's Garnet, and we're in the Help Right Now Neuroplastic Reinforcements section of this commentary video series. If you're using the Asian European long page and you printed it out, I'm on page 28. If you're using the Western page, it's a little bit shorter. I'm not exactly sure where it's drifted by this point. Anyway, this is page 28, and I'm going to have a look now at the first of these three general, one-size-fits-all neuroplastic reinforcements. Now, before I do that, if you want detailed explanation, written, looking at these, discussing them, I have created them. It is a document, and it's a document found in the Monster Reference document. The Monster Reference document. You may or may not know about that. It's a compilation of a lot of Facebook posts that I did, plus a lot of very helpful, maybe even critical documents from the learning section of the website, theneurolite.com website. If you go into that website, go to the learning section, you'll see that kind of yellow gold rectangle on the home page. Click on it and you can see level 1, level 2, level 3. Loads of stuff. PowerPoint presentations, audio recordings of trainings, lots of documents. If you don't have the Monster Reference document and you want to read more about these neuroplastic reinforcements in detail, send me an email. theneurolite@gmail.com. That's not the website, that's a simple email. theneurolite@gmail.com. Hey Garnet, please send me the Monster Reference document, and I will. It's 180 pages, which is why I called it Monster, because of the size. Look at the index, you'll see the section describing these. Okay, the first one, I call it the Simple Four. The Simple Four. Now, all of these, this one, the Simple Four, plus the other two that I'm going to describe, they all come from matured, respected, quality neuroplastic research. These are not simply kind of good psychological ideas that somebody believes works. I'm not downplaying traditional psychology, but let's face it, a lot of it is subjective. There are a lot of theories. Now we have the ability to connect this theory in psychology to the physiology of the brain, a kind of psychophysiology, which is the area of neuroscience that I prefer. So these are based in neuroplastic research. They've proven themselves. Evidence even with functional MRIs and CAT scans and so on, where you can see the brain responding and behaving accordingly. So you can have some faith that these are a lot more than simply good ideas. They are great ideas, and ideas that have been validated. Okay. The Simple Four. They go like this. They're best done as a collection, although any one of them by themselves will help. The first thing is, and this is a reinforcement. Remember, after a session to Help Right Now, you want to help a person integrate the information, the stimulation, and the experience from the session into their life. So off they go. They can focus on it in the first 2 hours, I'd recommend, but any time within the next day or days following, depending on how often they have the session, they should do this. First thing, ask yourself, what do I have to be grateful for? And these days there's a lot of attention being given to gratitude, and that's appropriate. It really is a powerful influence in all of conscious growth, all of the things that we want to do to make ourselves better. That recognition of gratitude is potent. Here's the thing that's fascinating is that, and again, this is where the neuroscience helps. Let's say you say, okay, what do I have to be grateful for? And you say, well, I can't think of anything right now. Right? Which is unlikely, but possible. The fact is that neurologically, simply reviewing or searching for something in the realm of your experience to be grateful for, even though you don't identify something in the moment, even that promotes positive neuroplastic change. So, you're rewarded simply for the effort, for the trying, for the willingness. So the first thing in the simple 4 is seek what is this treasure, what are these important, beautiful gifts that you have to be grateful for, and even just reviewing or searching will give benefit. That's the first one. The second is that you'll notice as you do this that there's a likelihood of having negative thoughts come into the process. And even if you're not doing the search for gratitude, still you can notice like, oh, there it goes again. Here's a great neurological trick. Label it. When that feeling comes, give it a name. Call it by definition. Oh, there I am, I'm frustrated again. Or there I am, I'm worrying again. Or there I am, I'm jealous again. Giving it a name, labeling it. You can even give it a, like a personal name, like Ratso or something. But the idea is, neurologically speaking, when you label an emotion, when you label a thought process, the labeling actually creates a neurological step away from the actual experience of it. So you get a little bit of distance. That distance can be incredibly helpful because then you can start to be more objective. You can start to recognize it. You might even want to keep a list of what I call your stupid thoughts. And what you'll notice is that you really don't have many of them. They're probably less than 10, maybe even 5. Maybe not exactly the same thought, but the same theme you keep returning to. And after a while, it's like, oh, you can't believe everything that you think. That's one of the most important aspects of these kinds of processes. Notice the kind of thinking, and some of it is accurate and some of it is not. So that's the second thing. First, look for what you're grateful for, even the looking helps. Number 2, notice that you have negative thoughts and begin to label them. Just don't saturate yourself with the feeling state. Label it. There I am, jealous again. There I am, frustrated again. Overthinking, worrying, Ratso, here you are. It's going to help. Now the third thing here, this is really important. You have to make a decision, a kind of attitude change, that whatever it is that you're wanting to get out of, that you can, that there is this determination, this confidence, a decision. It doesn't have to be over the mountain. As a matter of fact, and this is important, good enough is good enough. If the decision is towards something that is too idealized, too perfect, chances are good you're going to fail. And even though the result was great because your expectation was up here and you're down here, and if you get to here, that's fantastic, but you expected perfect and you think, oh, I failed, when in fact you're this much better than you were before. So adjust expectations. The image that I think of is parking a car in a garage. Let's say you have a single car garage. It has a door, it goes up, you've got 2 walls, 2 pillars, and you're going to park your car. You don't have to be exactly in the center. When you get out and you measure from one side of the car to the wall, it doesn't have to be equidistant. It doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you can park the car in the garage safely, there's enough room to open the doors on either side, that's good enough. It's fine. It doesn't have to be exactly. You don't have to be obsessive about this perfection. That will sabotage you. All the good stuff that is happening, you will burn it to a crisp by always negating it because it's not perfect. So, number 3, make a decision, but that decision has to be one of good enough. This is hardcore neuroplastic research that recognizes this. So, search for what you're grateful for, even the search has benefit. Negative thoughts, when you have them, recognize that they're a negative thought, label them, give them a name, call them frustration, call them Ratso. That will create a distancing. You'll feel like, oh, I'm better already because of the cognitive shift. The third thing, decide towards that ability, that good thing that you want, but don't make it too perfect, don't make it too idealized. Good enough is good enough. The last thing in the simple four, touch. Yeah, just receiving, experiencing touch, giving touch, receiving touch, being touched, safe touch, good touch, healthy touch is a huge benefit in neuroplastic reinforcement. Hugs, it's talked a lot these days, oxytocin and the hormone and how many hugs and how good you feel, every kind of touch, safe touch, good touch, sensual touch, sexual touch, therapeutic touch, any kind of touch. And if you don't have enough humans around that are willing, ready, willing, and able, animals, great. I have a lot of animals. I've got 3 big German boxers. They still don't realize that they're not lap dogs. They love touch. They love to hug. If I let them on my lap, they're heavy like a rock. So, touch. Those are the simple 4, a one-size-fits-all neuroplastic reinforcement that you can use for any of the Help Right Now approaches. Gratitude, go looking, even the looking helps. Those negative thoughts, label them, give them a name, create some distance. Third, decide on the benefit, decide on your good experience, recognizing that good enough is good enough. Number 4, touch, safe touch, healthy touch. As much touch as you can get and give and share, because you really can't touch without giving and receiving, do that. That's the simple 4. Thanks.